How's it going, guys? We are doing Jun Maekawa's Airplane today. Once again, I'm making this series so that you can look at the book. So please find the book on archive.org. This is Genuine Origami by Jun Maekawa. This model is one of the big reasons I have made this series. I'm very capable of making this model. I've made this model a couple times because I keep messing up during the tutorial, and of course, as I don't want to edit, I'd much rather remake the model for you. This is literally take 4. This is my washi version of the model. Have a paperclip handy, as Jun does recommend using a paperclip. Now let's go ahead and get started on this. You'll see I've pre-creased it. I made a little oopsie poops during my last trial folding the model. The first 3 steps are to fold a 4x4 grid. So that means you're folding in half both ways, as well as folding towards the center on all 4 sides. So step 4 is going to be to bisect these 2 lines on the grid by folding this corner to this crease that you've made. Or not corner, this edge to this crease. So do that on one side, do that on another. I'm using a different kind of paper today, by the way. We are using Toyo's Duokami, which means each side is 2 colors. I just am boring and decided to use gray because I thought that would be a little easier to teach on. So step 5 is to fold this edge right here down to this crease. Remember, we're looking at a 4x4 grid here, so I've done that. Then that was step 5. Gotta remember to use my my numbers, otherwise what I put them here for. Then we've got step 6, and heck, we'll even do step 7 at the same time since they're all pretty much identical. Step 6 is to fold this down. Step 7 is to fold this down and make sure to get as close to that half edge as you can. That way you can keep things in proportion. Now, the theme of this model is repeat on the other side. That's because right here, starting with step 8, we will now have a sequence of folds that will be mirrored on the other side. In the book, Jun encourages that you figure out how to do the mirroring of these steps on your own, and as this series is meant to honor the book, I too will encourage the same thing from you. I think it's very easily done, and if you want, you can just repeat my steps on the other side as I do them, but mirroring things is a really good technique to learn and do, as most origami models are symmetrical in some way. Now, you'll see where I messed up. This crease is the crease I made that made me redo this entire thing. You want to go ahead and inside fold on this crease, bringing this line here down to this edge. By inside reverse fold, I mean opening up this flap, taking this line here, this crease, bring it to your goal edge, which is right here. You can really make sure you're being precise by getting this crease to line up with this one right here. And then we even zoom in on that for you so you can really see what I'm talking about. Yep. Whoa! I didn't realize it got this close. We want this crease to line up with that crease. Bam. Let's go ahead and zoom her back on out. And then you close that flap back over, squash. Easy peasy. Easy peasy. That was step 8. That is not the scary step. I'm actually quite shocked at myself for messing that one up. Step 9 is where we inside reverse fold this. So once again, with inside reverse folding, we're opening our flap, pushing in on our pre-creases, and closing the flap up. I'll do that a little bit more slowly for you guys. Open this flap up. We see this pre-crease. We see that pre-crease. push in, basically reversing the direction of the paper. It's what's called an inside reverse because we're pushing inside and we're reversing the direction of the paper. And that right there was step 9. Now we are on step 10. So for step 10, we are doing another inside reverse fold, but now we are going, and since we're folding on a grid, I'm just making sure to line my edges up with other edges. It's looking a little blurry. I don't know if that's my eyes or if that's my camera. If it is blurry, I'm so sorry, guys. See if I can zoom in just a little bit. There we go. All right. For inside reverse folding again, there is no pre-crease, but basically we just want this edge to go to this edge. So we're going to do that right here. Just make sure you line them on up. And boom. This brings us to the image shown in step 11. Let's get our, where's a good spot to put my numbers so they'll be seen throughout the entire video. There we go. I put this here so people can scrub to the step they want to see. So there we have step 11. This is where having done the snake really comes in handy for steps 11 and 12. For step 11, what we're going to want to do is, give me one sec here. We're going to want to inside reverse fold these flaps like so. This one's going to be a little easier because there's already kind of a pre-crease for it. I'm just going to push this edge to be flush with this edge of the paper. And I want to do that for both flaps. So I did that for the one. Let's do that for this other one. It's really hard to do this in such a way that like I can show the camera. Ooh, there's like a delay on the camera, so it's really hard to do without looking at it with my own eyes. Plus the camera's at, I just wish I had a GoPro for this, man, because this is not my viewing angle. There we go. There. So both flaps, that's what it's going to look like when you're done. Both flaps are up towards that edge. And then for step 12, we are going to go ahead and do that same kind of squash that we did for the snake, where we pull, and you can pull, and if you've got a strong enough paper like I do, it'll go into the shape you want, just like that. If you want to help it along, what you can do instead, and I'm showing you both ways because I encourage you to do it the first way I did it. Just kind of learn to get a feel for your paper, and do it the way I did it because that was just a lot more convenient. You can help it out by putting your finger in here, and then that'll make it flat as step 12 wants you to do. I will say this dual kami is a little bit thicker than Taro's regular kami and even Toyo's regular kami, so these layers are already starting to build. That's crazy. Oh well. With that being said, here we're moving on to step 13. And step 13, we are gonna want to just hey, it looks like that crease I made before isn't so bad. We're going to want to fold on this diagonal, mountain fold, to bring this to the back. So that's how I'm folding it because I pre-creased it. Of course, you could just turn the paper over. This is how I recommend you do it. Turn the paper over, bring this edge to that middle crease, and of course, crease. Okay, step 14. We are once again going to do an inside reverse fold. Instead, we are inside reverse folding on this side. So we're going to open up, push this side in, make sure it lines up with our grid, and close. God, gosh, it's starting to get thick. Uh-oh, we got a curious cat. Got a little curious cat off screen. Okay. Then we want to unwrap one layer. So unwrap can be a very scary step, as more advanced folders know. This one, not so bad. Basically, we're just gonna want to open this up and bring one layer out and squash. Very simple. Then we bring, that was 15 by the way, and now for 16, we are going to bring this wing out, and then we're going to flip over. So we are bringing this wing out, and then we are going to turn the paper over. Now 17 is repeat on the other side. And as the book does, I so shall do. I'm taking this cat out of here. As the book does, I so shall do. I'm going to do everything off screen. And I just wish you guys the best of luck. Go ahead and do everything I did, but to this other side. Be right back. So I forgot to mention, step 17 also said to put this in here. So we're going to do that before moving on, but this is what it's going to look like as you repeat everything on the other side. I hope that, that helps you kind of know what that step meant. So we're going to go ahead and put these two flaps in this pocket like so. And I love steps where you put flaps in pockets. It's just so satisfying. That's what I love so much about the models in this book. They're just so geometric and satisfying. Next up, we're getting towards the scary step, guys. The scary step. Uh-oh. We're folding this in half. That is not the scary step, but that is step 18. Next, we are going to outside reverse fold the tail up along this line. So I'll go ahead and pre-crease. The book doesn't make you pre-crease, but I think this is a good pre-crease to have. Crease this as hard as you can. There we go. Nice. And then go ahead. Oh. That was almost spoilers, actually. Go ahead and open this up. And then make sure these are both valley folds. And the tail will go up like this. Next, you want to pull a flap out on each side for step 20, which is a sort of scary step. A sort of scary step. Not step 30, step 20. Let me see if zooming in can help us see this. I don't want to mess with the focus, so I should have chosen a less dark color. Open it up so there's kind of a loose flap. What we're going to want to do is we're going to want to pull that flap out, reverse this fold to make it a mountain fold. And can we just admire how nice this paper looks for being cheap commie? You'll get this. And you'll want to do the same on the other side. Which technically is step 23, but I'll give it to you for free because it's a lot easier to do the scary step if you do it all at the same time. Let's go ahead here, pull this out, reverse that fold, and boom. Now we are on step 21, aka the scary step. The step that has really messed with my tutorial for my last, let me just put that on screen real quick so people know where to go, but from the last 4 takes. Okay, what we're gonna want to do is we are going to want to open pretty much the whole model so we can make this be white on the outside. And the way we're doing that is we're basically going to reverse all of these folds. So put your finger here and put your finger, okay. The way to make sure that you do not mess this up is make sure that the purple remains. I will actually be right back after practicing this step. Okay, through patience and Zen, I have achieved mastery at this step. Very easy actually, now that I know exactly what to do. Basically, and what I'm about to do actually skips step 22, which is why I got confused. We want to open up the whole model, like so, and then we want to put our fingers here and here to pop these out. We want to make sure that we still have a zigzag, so any valleys or folds or mountains you need to reverse to do so, you want to do so, but we want to make sure it goes valley, mountain, valley, mountain, valley. Close it back up. Now, sometimes the paper will be a little stubborn, just push it back into place. That can happen after you open a model up like this. Cool. So step 22 looks like this. All you do is fold that down. By doing what I've just done, we've actually basically skipped step 22. Now we're actually on easy street because we've skipped step 23 as well. We've repeated on the other side. Now we're at step 24, which is intensely, intensely, intensely easy. We're basically just going to move this square on this line over, and then we are going to squash this triangle down. Very simple, he says, as he screws it up kind of badly. Let's see here. Just want to make sure to really, really make that triangle as wide as needed, and then squash it down. It's okay to fiddle with things. Just don't crease until you've got the final shape you want. There we go. And then what we want to do is we're going to take this fold. Nope, this flap. We're going to fold it down, just kind of at an angle. This will do just fine. That's step 25. And fortunately, step 26 is to step 26 is actually just to do the same on the other side. So I'll do that real quick, and then we will have step 27. Once again, take this, have it meet there, and then squash the triangle. And I like to put my flap under into that pocket so it doesn't open up. Now we've successfully made the rudder. Steps 27 and 28 are super easy. 27 being to open this up, give it a broad nose, and 28 simply being to fold up these wings. Now it's recommended that you put a paper clip on the nose, but there you go. You've made your Maekawa airplane. I can cross this one off the list of ones I've done the tutorial for, and I never, ever, ever have to fold it again. Thank you.